Hello everyone, welcome to Builder by Behind the Scene. I'm your host Gil Boyd. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rode Go Mic kit. Now this is going to consist of 3 parts, and this particular video is going to also have 3 segments. So what we're going to do is an unboxing in this segment, and we're going to take a look at it. So we're going to start with that, and we'll do the next part and the third part. The third part, or the third segment, is going to be out in the field where we're going to see distance. Now this is supposed to be good for 230 feet. We're going to see if that works true to that. The bridge we're going to go to is our favorite over there off Highland Knolls that you can see in the distance. That's about a 100-foot bridge, so 230 feet would be a little over double the distance of that. So we're going to check that out and several other things. So step number 1. I'm going to take you over to Rode's website and show you, and then we're going to flip over and take a look at the same product at B&H so we can see what's available. Now this is the Rode Wireless Go kit. It's available in black and also in a white edition. It consists of 2 parts. You've got the transmitter and the receiver, and the third part, of course, is the mic. Let's flip over and take a look at it at B&H. This works in the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. You'll notice the transmitter and the receiver, one is for the mic, the other is for the camera. I believe you can use up to 6 or 8 of these together, which would be an interesting setup. $200 for the kit. They're out of stock right now. I think the white ones they may have in stock. No, request stock alert. Then the other option would be to put the mic on, the Rode Lavalier Go omnidirectional mic. The mic is in stock, so you buy the kit in 2 parts and you'll have your 3 items. Something else I want to mention while I'm at it. One of the things that's really nice about B&H is if you look at the top of this screen, I'm going to go back and show you. There's a link that will let you choose, or you can decide based on the options you choose, what mic you think you need or what mic you perceive you need. And you can do the what if back and forth as many times as you need to. Take a look. If you notice up here at the top, it says which wireless system is right for you. So if you're trying to decide a mic and you don't know which one's best for you, you can ask around and you can look at reviews, or you can take a look at this and make your own decisions based on the options you choose. Now, it may not be bulletproof, but it'll get you closer to where you want to go. We're going to look at this Rode wireless mic first, and later we may look at a Sennheiser mic. This is something a little bit more user-friendly, consumer-friendly, that might be more affordable for most people, depending on if you're streaming or whatever you want to do with your cameras. The other kit from Sennheiser, like an interview kit or an ENG kit, might be something more on the professional side. And I will say that later when we look at the Sennheiser mics, that is the same kit that Canon uses in their videos. So we'll do that in another video. So now I'm going to hold down the control key on the keyboard, and I'm going to click on this, which wireless system is right. That'll bring up a separate window on the browser, and I'll click on that at the top, and this will show what will you mostly use your wireless system for. I would strongly encourage to go through this and see what you think is going to do your best option. For example, if all I want to do is hook this up to one camera, this is going to be great. But if I need to be able to hook it up to an external mixer, or if I may want a kit that's got 2 mics, I could combine 2 of these kits, but then I need a mixer. Or I could look at something like, you can see those options through this website. So I'm going to go back over here to the Rode Wireless Go. Now this says expected availability at this time 7 to 14 business days. You might be able to find it somewhere else. Hard to say. If you come across one though, it looks like a good mic for the money. What we'll do first, we have to get this out. We'll take a look at it, look at the components we've got, because when we ordered it, we actually have 2 pieces. We have the first kit, which is the transmitter and receiver. Then we have the second box, which is the microphone. But those 3 items make up the kit. So now let's take a look and do an unboxing and setup. Box number 1, box number 2. You know, it's one thing to be using a camera like we do. When we're doing commentary, as long as I'm on the camera like this, as I'm talking, the mic is right in the front here, and I'm standing right over the camera back here. So as long as I'm close, I get good audio. But as soon as I move away from it, you can tell a difference in it. That's the reason for having an external mic. Depending on your location and how you're shooting, we're specifically using this outside. I need something where I don't have to have a boom mic overhead. In a studio, a boom mic's a great idea. But that's why I like this Shure headset. I move around a lot. And because I move around a lot, because there's a lot of things going on around me, I like that mic to be with me up close instead of something that's just pinned right here. Let's take a look. So this is the box. We'll get this out. This came from B&H. It's well packaged. And that is the first box. Now this is the Wireless Go. Nice little box. Very compact. There's not a whole lot of configuration to do. 2 items in here. We're going to go ahead and get out the mic now in the next box. And that is part number 2. or number 3, depending on how you look at it. One kit, the transmitter and the receiver, and the other mic. Now, I will say, with this kit, the transmitter also has a mic built into it. So one transmitter, one receiver. Transmitter has a mic. This is a separate mic that'll get it up a little bit closer, because usually, like what I'm wearing today, the battery pack is right down here. I keep it on my pocket where I can look and I can see, and I can also look and see how much time I've got left on it. So the Shure mics are great, but the Shure mics just aren't any good out in the field. So this is the Rode Wireless Go kit. Still has the factory seal, good to know. Slide that open. Looks like they're going to make us work for this. First wrapper's off. Tear here. Quick start guide. TX for transmitter, RX for receiver. We need to take these off. Got 2 cables, one for the transmitter, one for the receiver, so we can charge them. And they are clipped onto this cardboard. And there's a piece of tape on top. So we'll pull that tape off, which is a protective film. Okay, press the button on top, and we should be able to pair the 2 units together. This shows we're getting signal, so the mic is working. So it's already paired, and it's already got power. That's pretty wild. So we already have power, so we can test them, see how well it works. And what I'm going to do is get out the other camera, hook it up, turn it on, and we'll compare this audio to that audio. But the next will be in the field to see how it sounds on that camera. So, curious. So far the mic looks pretty good as far as sensitivity, and it says to keep line of sight. So even though we've got a mic on here, we've got the lavalier mic that we're going to plug in to do better. Take that out of the box. Piece of desiccant, storage bag, a Velcro strip, the mic, strangulation hazard. Interesting. Tag off, and the clip. Now with a little bit of magic, I'm going to plug this in, plug it into the camera, then plug the camera into the switch. I will turn off my Shure mic, and I will use the Rode mic that feeds into this, going through the switch, so we can compare quickly and instantly how the audio sounds both ways. See what the difference is. Okay, we're going to get out our G40. We're going to plug the mic into the mic port, flip the lid open, and it will be the one that says mic, which is in red, right there, that red port that says mic. That's what we're going to plug into. So we'll need the red cable. Now there's going to be some menu options that will show up on the Canon that currently right now are grayed out. For me to show you those options on that camera, it's relevant to the camera but not necessarily relevant to the mics, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show you so you can see how it's configured. Because I'm curious, I want to know myself. Okay, we're going to plug in an HDMI cable, so we have to have the regular HDMI, and we have HDMI out. Yeah, I'm going to leave the camera sitting still. I have a monitor here I'm looking at to see what this is looking at. I'm going to look at the switch, and I'm going to flip the input so you can see this camera, what it's looking at, and I'm going to turn on so you can see what's going on with the mic. Before I plug it in, I'm going to show you that menu. Okay, we've got the input. We're going to go to function. We're going to go to menu. Press the up button, takes us to the bottom. We're going to take a look. Audio mix is off. Mic terminal input is mic. We're going to change that to external line microphone, because we are now going to plug in this external mic receiver to the camera on this side. I like this red cable, it shows up really well. Plug that in. Now if you notice on the back, even though that clips, that clip is the width of this shoe. So that'll just slide right in on that shoe. Nice. So we're doing this on the G40. External audio, we've turned that on. Audio mix, we can turn that on. Now we have an internal mic that shows what's going on. And again, that's the internal mic right up here. And it shows the external mic, the mic terminal input, which is on, which is showing up right here. And if you notice here, it shows internal mic on the top. And on the bottom, it shows the external mic. I've got it turned up all the way. It's still lower, but this is what I'm talking to right. This is what I'm talking into right here. We'll plug the external mic in. Shows battery, shows connection, and then we've got the connection here on the side to either update the firmware or to charge it. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. The balance right now, left and right, the internal mic indicates it has a higher volume as opposed to the external mic. So we're going to change the balance more toward the external mic to get it equal. Let's see how that works. Now we're still down to right about here. I'll turn that up. That sounds a little bit better. That looks a little bit more matched. So I've got it way over there. Now the next thing I want to do is we're going to plug in the external mic and we're going to compare. We shouldn't get feedback from this the way this is going into the switch, but we'll see. Because to actually hear the audio, I'm going to change that so that it gets recorded. Because right now all you're hearing is this mic. You're not hearing that mic. In fact, testing 1, 2, on. Right now the audio you're hearing is through this mic, because I have shut off the Shure mic. How does it sound? You're going to have to tell me. I have no idea. So what we're going to do is go to the next step, and we're going to plug in the mic and see how that works. Sorry about that. I don't have this mic on. We're listening to this through the Rode mic, and I'm curious to see how this is going to sound. Right now it looks like it may be clipping a little bit on the recorder, but I'm not 100%. This I can clip just about anywhere because it's black. I can stick it in my pocket. Wow, I like the size of that transmitter. That's a big difference as opposed to what we use for the Shure pack. Big difference in the size of the packs. The Rode Go kit versus the Shure. Really easy to set up, nothing much to configure. And you've seen the setting we've made in the camera. We haven't tweaked anything yet. Okay, now we've got the mic plugged back on, which is the Shure mic, and that's what we're recording getting into the switch. I'm going to change inputs, and when I do, we will change audio to the other mic, which is coming off of the Rode mic, plugged directly in to the Canon G40, and switching back and forth on inputs. This gives us a chance to test and see how they both sound in a quick environment. Now, based on the way we've got the mic set on the Rode, it's picking up, and unfortunately we're not getting any kind of feedback from that, which is pretty cool. That's what I wanted to test and do a quick and immediate test. So this is a good example of what's going on with the Rode Wireless Go mic as opposed to the Shure mic. And all I'm doing is switching inputs on the video switch. So I've got that set to always follow video, for audio to always follow video. So when I go from this one, I'm using this mic. When I go to this one, I'm using this mic, which is the Rode mic. And this gives us an idea of what all had to be done to set it up. Not a whole lot. We just had to turn on the terminal. I thought about going back to the camera and turning on the display so you could see it straight through, but I thought it'd make more sense if I could show it like I did with the camera, where you could see it with the device on it. So that's why we kept it that way. And this allows me to switch the audio back and forth quickly. So I think that makes a whole lot more sense to be able to see all of that, because you're able to see both displays that come up here on the camera as well as the display that comes up here on the Rode mic to get some idea of sensitivity. And as I switch back, you get some idea how the audio is coming through this mic. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. My name is Gil Boyd, and this is Behind the Scenes. If you want to learn more about computers, take a look at Build or Buy. We've got stuff where we're building computers, and we've got some new build specs we're working on. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.